Welcome back to round number 3 of our challenge today at Psycho Turtle in Pico Rivera, California. We have a few more tournaments here before LA, including one on the Thursday before LA, I believe.
So it is going to be.
So if you are in town a little bit early for LA, definitely be sure to come out here. It will be a very high level competition always here.
I'm gonna say it's gonna be a mini regional, basically.
Pretty much.
But speaking of 2 regional level players, we got Ryan Wayne and Hayley Aldworth. Ryan on the left with the Calyrex Shadow, Koraidon, Whimsicott, Incineroar, Rillaboom, and Volcarona. Hayley on the right with that Galar Weezing, Calyrex Shadow, Indeedee, Dondozo, Groudon, and Tatsugiri. So, of course, Hayley sticking with the iconic Dondozo Tatsugiri. And we mentioned earlier some really fun strategies as well. Just the Weezing on Hayley's side, being able to shut down abilities. We also have Volcarona as a Rage Powder user on Ryan's side. Get some burns going. It's got Rocky Helmet as well. Really solid with Terra Dragon. Nice to just kind of shut down the Urshifus, shut down other physical attackers like Rillaboom. So,
yeah, I'm really interested because these are two teams with extremely offensive restricteds, and there's a lot of slower stuff around that for both of these teams, especially Ryan with that double fake out plus a very utility focused Rocky Helmet Volcarona. But ultimately, I'm pretty curious with how Hayley wants to approach these, because also, and we've seen with the first Reg I, is that this team for Hayley is a lot of the time just able to dictate how the battle goes. And it can be so difficult to get around that if you don't have like really big damage to break through some of the important stuff early on. We have the Volcarona Koraidon on Ryan's side and the Weezing Groudon on Hayley's side. I would feel reasonably confident at projecting that that is going to be a Poison Gas from the Weezing this turn.
It has to be, which also is really nice because if you look at the Calyrex on Ryan's side, it is Focus Sash. So that is going to just break through that. You also have really nice option of Precipice Blades, which hopefully, if your luck doesn't miss. But it's really solid into both of the opposing Pokemon here on Ryan's side. Koraidon just going to take some heavy damage from it, and Volcarona, it needs a lot of defense investment to survive. It's Protect, Double Protect, it's smart, just kind of scout out what's going to happen. It doesn't necessarily, like, lock anything in, but it's nice to just see what is Hayley's mind, and then you get the mind games going, like, okay, I know what you did last time. Are you going to do the same thing knowing that I know that now?
Yeah, and there's the P-Blade's Poison Gas, as we kind of mentioned. It is interesting doing that in turn 1 of game 1, because it makes sense of just saying, okay, I haven't seen this team before, what do I do here? What is it planning to do to me? But at the same time, you are also kind of signaling, okay, now I know what this is off the rip, because what's kind of interesting is Groudon does have Rock Slide available too, which can do a ton of damage to that Volcarona. On the other hand, Koraidon does have Low Kick, which is great into those restricteds. We'll see it into the Groudon.
Not quite 50%.
That's actually not a ton of damage. The Fiery Dance following up, it's not in Sun, keep in mind, and yeah, it doesn't do a ton more. I want to follow up on that point in a minute. Precipice Blades comes through. Should be pretty solid damage into both. The critical hit into Volcarona, that is a KO.
And that's what we were talking about. You need a ton of defense investment, but a crit like that could just completely shift the game. And the single target now Poison Gas means that this Koraidon is going to be poisoned. Really good for that Dondozo in the back.
It is incredible for Dondozo in the back. It will do some real serious chip damage. Returning to my previous train of thought, Groudon with Assault Vest is really fun next to the Weezing, because it's like, yeah, what do you need the sun for?
Yeah.
Like, it's funny because I was thinking,
dude. Groudon is one of those Pokemon where it feels like it is a sun or it has sun just specifically to counter rain, which is really funny with the whole lore of Groudon and Kyogre, but
yeah, just straight up beefing with Kyogre, not anything else.
It literally doesn't really need the sun. Precipice Blades, Rock Slide, who cares? And in this case, you're in a very solid position because the Assault Vest does help. Koraidon is chipped, so honestly, I wouldn't be surprised to see another Double Protect just to take some more damage off of the Koraidon. But you do threaten that nasty plot potential then from the Calyrex.
Yeah. Well, and keep in mind the Groudon can't protect because of that vest, so it will just have to sit there. I don't hate the idea of a Protect from the Weezing. But you do still have to worry a little bit about just getting rid of that Calyrex mostly.
Which honestly...
Because also keep in mind that Dondozo is unaware, so it doesn't care about Nasty Plot.
Yeah, I was about to mention that. Like, the Nasty Plot...
It actually doesn't even care. I like this Terra on the Weezing, actually. Terra Dark, it'll block the Psychic.
That just walls Calyrex Shadow entirely.
God, I like that Terra a lot. Hayley's so good at this team. This is such a fun team. And now you Poison Gas. Or you just KO the Korai, but I think you Poison Gas.
I think you Poison Gas again, yeah.
Just to break the Sash. Let's see it. Strange Steed, that makes more sense. To break the Sash, potentially get the Confusion. Korai keeps chipping down. I mean, really all you were doing with Poison Gas is just getting the first tick out of the way. And now, I mean, what is... There's the Dondozo. What does Calyrex do against this Weezing? Like, kind of nothing.
I wouldn't be surprised if we honestly see the Dondozo just go straight into that Tatsugiri switch in.
I think it's gonna be a double protect here. To that extra chip out of the Korai.
That works.
I think... Because what's the downside?
The only downside would be if Ryan switches in the Rillaboom, you do get faked out on the turn after, but like...
That is true.
Yeah, but I think...
There's the Dondozo protect. Well, it does mean that Weezing isn't protecting, though. And the thing is, Weezing is honestly in a pretty safe spot because Astral's not going to do anything to it. And Low Kick, it's a pretty light Pokemon, I think, so it might take a Low Kick at this rate. Weezing might be the best Pokemon of all time. Yeah, there's the Low Kick, which aimed into the Dondozo, which makes sense if you expected the switch out, but again... I've played against Hayley and watched Hayley a gazillion times, so I knew that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
Not a chance in the world that was going to happen. And the Strange Team just takes out the Korai. So now down to the final two Pokemon on Ryan's side, and... I mean...
It's actually the best two, I would argue, for Ryan to have into Dondozo. The hard thing, though, Dondozo protected, so it can't really, like... do it much. Like it's kind of a sitting duck for a Astral Barrage plus Fake Out, so I think you do have to switch his Weezing out just to get the defense boost.
Yeah, I mean you definitely get the Tatsu in here, but also damage just planks off you at that point.
The nice thing though,
like you just get to hit stuff and sit there and get your leftovers recovery and do the Hayley stuff that we all know and love.
And the nice thing is, thanks to
grassy terrain.
Oh, it's gonna come out now! Woo! Terrain. No,
it's funny. Two Sunsetters were on the field and neither of them actually got to do anything. Neither of them got to get their sun out. There is Shut In the Recluse. I know that Tatsugiri's name, that's for sure.
I will say, too, with this Dondozo, it is in a decent spot because, yeah, you have a Calyrex Shadow on the field as well, but you can target out on this Rillaboom for the most part because, thanks to that Terra Dark on the Weezing Galar, it's just gonna eat Astral Barrages and has Citrus Berry, so it's not much that it can do. This Astral Barrage coming out, it is a just neutral, and it does that.
That did no damage! Goodbye, Calyrex.
Okay, you could also just, wave crash it and say goodbye.
That's the other thing I really appreciate about the way Hayley plays, is that when she sees the win condition, she doesn't say, I'm gonna do a slower win condition, she says, I'm gonna win right now. And so, Dondozo is in a spot where it could drop to Rillaboom in a turn or two, but who cares? You already kind of won this one. Rilla is in an awkward spot, and honestly, you can probably take another win after to protect here.
I was gonna say, if you protect,
I think you could probably stall this out a little bit longer. Especially because you do outspeed the Rilla as well.
Yeah, I think you just go for a protect. Just to ensure you can survive the Grassy Glide.
Yeah.
Go for that, order up, and win. And then you can click Draco Meteor on the Tatsu or something like that.
It's just nasty stuff. Having to deal with this Dondozo is not for the weak of heart.
No. Dondozo is a menace. And it is almost back to half health.
It heals so much. The Rillaboom Grassy Terrain turned on just in time for Dondozo to get the healing out of it.
We love Dondozo in this format. There's also the last format we'll see Dondozo for a while, probably.
For a little while, yeah. I would assume we'll get it back for MB, but...
Yeah, I would imagine.
Just because of Tatsugiri, but... and speaking of Tatsugiri, there's the order up getting the plus attack, because of the Tatsugiri and the Dondozo's tummy. Not that it's going to matter, Dondozo's going to get knocked out.
Yep.
But that will put Tatsugiri and Weezing on the field, which should be a pretty clean win for Hayley at that point.
I would imagine so.
Because it should just be Tatsu. That's actually really funny. Hayley has the Draco Meteor and the Dragon Pulse on the Tatsugiri.
Yeah.
I think this is a spot where you use the Dragon Pulse.
Agreed. Dragon Pulse, Strange Stream, unless it's
or even just Poison Gas.
Just to chip it.
I think Poison Gas honestly makes more sense in some ways, because then you get to you just get to sit there.
And stall.
It's a little more guaranteed, I think.
Drink some water while you think about your next match.
Exactly. That is genuinely a really nice thing to have, is just, okay, I get to feel pretty good and think about where my lead goes for the next game. And keep in mind, Hayley is running a team with CSR and just didn't run it that game and won by that margin. Like, that's the other really great thing about it. Oh, that's the Dragon Pulse. That did very little damage, actually. Rillaboom will drop to the recoil. It gets shut in, but there goes the Rillaboom as well. And so that is Hayley Aldworth taking game number 1. And yeah, Dondozo's kind of a third restricted. It's a lot more conditional, but it is like a third restricted.
Not to mention that Unaware is incredibly good in this format because there's a lot of nasty plot, there's a lot of boosting Pokemon between both of the
It's gonna get Zama, it's gonna get Zacian.
And that helps just so much. And not to mention, it resists a lot. Like, if you are going against Koraidon, you can hit it no matter whether it's Terra'd, if it is unterra'd, if it is faster than you are going to eat the hit and be able to knock it out. The Miraidon gives it some issues, but luckily, Hayley's not playing against a Miraidon.
Yeah, and you do have options against Miraidon, especially because, like, that's what the Groudon's for.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what the Assault Vest Groudon is there for, with Precipice Blades that just destroy that thing. Like, it's still, like, not an easy matchup to have the Miraidon into it, but especially in this matchup, gotta feel pretty dang good. And now Ryan has to say, okay, what do I even do about this?
Honestly, I think if I were Ryan, I would focus on Whimsicott because it is resisted to Groudon's hits. It does have Heat Crash, but that also means that it's only hitting the Whimsicott for that turn, so you can use that to your advantage. You do have Encore. I would say Whimsicott for that back. Specifically because of that, I think your best bet is to go for Encore on the Dondozo.
If you can Encore it, then you're in a really good spot.
Exactly.
The Dondozo might scout for that, just to make sure that doesn't happen.
Personally, I think Rillaboom plus Korai is the lead here.
For me,
I don't know.
Maybe this is just me having played something kind of like this, but like, it is just straight throwing to not bring Ensign to this matchup.
Oh yeah, I think Ensign would be a rough one.
You really need Ensign in this matchup. And I guess the big problem is that you do have to deal with the Wheezing potentially turning off your Intimidate, which makes you way worse against Groudon.
I was gonna say, this team is built in a way on Hayley's side where if you decide to bring in Ensign, you can't really hit much. Your best bet would be Flare Blitz into a Groudon. Like, it's not going to do much. Calyrex Shadow, obviously.
I mean, you can cycle the Dozo, and you can knock off the Dozo, and both of those are very valuable. But we're actually going to see a bit of a different lead here for Hayley. It is the Dozo plus the Calyrex. I love this lead. It is so fun. You are about to see a Indeedee switch in and an Expanding Force.
100%. 100%. I think the right play for Ryan, I'd U-turn out on the Calyrex. I mean, it kind of is the play. But it's tricky, because then with the Korai...
so much damage if you U-turn, though.
The question is, there's one decent play, though, with the Korai, which if you really want to risk it, do you want to go for a Flame Charge to outspeed the Calyrex? That is the question. And then you'd have to Terra...
You have to Terra, and then Indeedee hits the field, and you're still getting Follow Made. Like, there's no there's no success possibility out of that. So yeah, there's the Indeedee as we saw, and I like the Protect here on the Korai. That is literally the only way you can keep Korai from just like folding immediately. And that's the problem, is like you mentioned, oh yeah, that's a really good lead, the Rilla Korai. Not if this is the lead from Hayley. No. not if the Calyrex is here. And we do see that Expanding Force into the Rilla. It does pretty solid chunk of damage. The U-turn out does break the Sash, which is pretty meaningful.
Actually, this is a very decent position for Ryan, as long as you're okay sacrificing your Korai. But that's the thing. Do you want to sacrifice your Korai against Dondozo? I wouldn't have brought up Volk. I would have gone for
I think it needed to be Calyrex.
It needed to be Calyrex, because that way you're guaranteed to go for it.
Extremely free. Follow Me plus Expanding Force.
I just don't see any way that...
And the problem is, remember that this Calyrex, that's such a panic point right now for Ryan. Like, any damage that Ryan is taking against this Calyrex is HP that he won't have available against the Dondozo later. Because we know the Dondozo Gary is in the back. Well, we can assume the Gary's in the back.
And I think, this isn't...
Yeah, it's got to be the Koraidon switching out here. The thing is, you might have to just sack the Koraidon
I think to play against this, you do.
It's going to be the Rilla here, which does overwrite the terrain, which is meaningful.
I just think, like, if you... in my mind, looking at the opposing field, knowing that Dondozo is on Hayley's side, like, because she showed it on turn 1, I would imagine that you would want Rilla and...
That's a really good call from Hayley. That's a really, really good call from Hayley.
I was gonna say...
Oh, it doesn't pick up the Rilla. It's still a good spot, actually. it's still a pretty good spot. Unless Grassy Glide KOs from this range, but I don't think it does.
Besides, even if it does, you follow me on the NDD to just kind of...
that's certainly true, yeah. I was thinking like another Helping Hand Astral, but I guess you don't even need the Helping Hand.
Yeah, I think you have to protect the Volcarona on this turn and then go for... Like, there is a decent play if you go for the attack on NDD, or Grassy Glide, but... You kind of have to target the NDD. So then you can bring out your own CSR and then partner that with a Fiery Dance to remove the NDD. But then at the end of the day...
And then you have to deal with Dondozo.
You have Dondozo!
And then you have to deal with Dondozo.
Then you have to hope that your Koraidon can hit Dondozo.
Okay, yeah, it's just Helping Hand Astral again.
Question is, are we going to see any protection on Ryan's side? No, but we're going to see the fake out in NDD, which does not matter because not only does Roboom go...
That actually is genius.
Yeah, the Helping Hand
you prevent the +2 out of the Grimday. You're still getting it with Astral, but you prevent the +2, and that's what's important. So now it's just back to neutral, which is fine. Yeah. I mean, it's not fine, clearly, but it's fine.
This is... just...
The problem is this is like the freest... Was Terra used?
Terra was not used. I was about to say, this is Terra normal Calyrex.
Yeah, this is extremely easy Terra normal right now. Because you don't need the Terra on the Dondozo.
No.
So you just follow me Terra normal, Astral, or even just KO the... I don't know. Who cares? Who cares? Just click buttons.
Click buttons, good game.
Who cares click buttons? That's my motto.
No.
Playing Calyrex especially. I love Expanding Force Calyrex. It's so
really good. It puts so much pressure on anything that does not have the Zamazenta or Pelipper, pretty much.
Yeah, and even if it does, it puts a lot of pressure on them because they kind of have to wide guard in a lot of situations where they otherwise would not want to. Yeah. Like, that's what the other 5 Pokemon are for.
And this just, the Terra Normal... Shocker! Oh my gosh!
It's
nobody could have expected that.
Yeah.
This just puts so much pressure right now.
It makes sense, especially because of the follow me. Because now you can just Helping Hand again. I love it. Who cares? Actually, just take out the what's that guy's name? Koraidon?
Koraidon.
Get rid of that guy. Never mind.
I just think this is one thing that I think we're going to see a lot of in LA is Terra Normal Calyrex. I think it's on a resurgence again because it just does that. And with Calyrex popping up, it just naturally in a format with Calyrex, you're going to want to use a Calyrex. It's definitely
it's kind of good.
It's really good. It's kind of good. It's really good.
This Calyrex fellow is kind of powerful.
I mean, I don't even know if there's a way here to pick this up if you're Ryan, because don't forget, there is a full health Tatsu Dozo combo in
I don't know about doing anything about this Dondozo fellow. Because Calyrex, I mean, you kind of just have to poke at it until eventually it falls over. But
we were able to see a Terra Dark, so at least some resistance.
Dondozo's kind of heavy is the one thing. Like, low kick will do a decent chunk. But not over. It won't do Astral plus.
People watching.
Thank you.
The Helping Hand.
And there's another Helping Hand Astral. I mean, I like this. That's the funny thing about Astral is that a lot of people look at it as like, okay, if this doesn't KO, it's a failure. No, just like do a bunch of damage with it because now Dondozo has a significantly weakened supporting cast for it to take over the rest of this battle.
And just like that, it is one of the Calyrex has fallen, but at the cost of half of the health of your entire team.
Much more than half. It was half of the health of the last 2 Pokemon, and the full HP bars of the first 2. Like, it is...
it's just not...
the whole team, and now you have to deal with Dondozo.
Dondozo coming in at the best possible spot. I think you just click Earthquake and...
You could Earthquake, you could go for the Order Up into the Korai. I mean, especially now that you know that the Astral did, like, nothing to you last game. Like, I think you probably are more afraid of the Korai than you are the... That's a... Ooh, okay.
Okay, a little spicy
a clever play for Ryan here calling that. Going for the Flare Blitz into the Indeedee, which is also kind of a weird choice.
I was going to say instead of
because
collision, because you're going to do that.
you get the Rocky Helmet damage back, and you get the recoil back, and Indeedee takes that somehow. I guess because it's not Terrifier.
It's also, I believe the sun
kind of like that.
Out.
Oh yeah, the sun is out. Oh, in the Trick Room. That's clever.
I like that, considering that we saw Flame Charge earlier.
That's really clever. I like that.
Now
That's
Dondozo can go in for that Earthquake pretty safely. And
now the Earthquake is extremely safe.
Like, sure, the grass is gone, but that really doesn't hurt you when you got leftovers.
This is Dondozo. This is Dondozo gaming.
I really like Dondozo in this format. It feels underrated in regulation.
It can be very awkward into a number of matchups, but I think Hayley is so good at optimizing those matchups.
And I really predict we're going to see a lot of these types of teams, which is balance Cal Shadow plus a fire type. Korai could go with Zama, but regardless, Dondozo is just a really good matchup into both of those. It eats so many balanced teams for breakfast.
I'm genuinely curious about how much this low kick does, which I think is the Korai option.
I don't know if we're going to see it here. I think.
Oh yeah, I forgot. The Trick Room is up. Dozo's going to just KO everything. I was like, because Korai's the fastest guy. No, it doesn't matter. Earthquake.
And it does a really solid 50% to that.
It's still a Swords Dance Dondozo, effectively.
Pretty much. I'm very curious on Astro Barrage. I think it's a good. I think it was about 20%.
Yeah, we saw like 20-25%.
Yeah, 25%.
Like it is just not that much damage.
And with that, the other question is your Hayley. Do I fish it with a Wave Crash or fish Order Up? Which animation do I like better?
I like Order Up. I think it's funny.
I do like Order Up.
I like the idea of just chowing down.
Yeah, Wave Crash.
She likes the Wave Crash more. Wave Crash is like, it's satisfying in some ways. I don't like seeing the recoil also.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I kind of just like clicking Order Up.
That's valid.
I get to think of how tasty Tatsugiri would be.
Wave Crash feels like, I'm bringing out the big guns kind of.
The double protect? The thing is, even if he stalls out all of Trick Room and gets the crit, it's not going to KO.
Ryan's looking at the camera like, make it 3! Can we see a third?
Let's see it. Aww. There's the failed protect. And the
can only do so much. Hayley Aldworth picking up her third win of the day.
3-0 puts her in a fantastic spot to make top cut in this tournament.
Absolutely.
Which gives us a fantastic shot to see this team again.
I think we will. Absolutely.
It's a really fun team. I mean, a lot of people think of Dondozo as being like really slow and stally and not super fun. And a lot of that's just because of the counterplay to Dondozo, but also Hayley plays such an offensive style that likes to whittle down teams so much with the Wheezing Poison Gas, with the Precipice Blades, with the Expanding Force like we saw.
Yeah.
Like, there's just so much damage coming at you that, like, how do you even pick what to try to answer at any given time?
Literally, one thing I absolutely love about Hayley's team is Calyrex, Wheezing, Groudon, Tatsugiri, and Dondozo all have a way to at least hinder with spread damage. Precipice Blades, Poison Gas, Expanding Force, and Astral Barrage, Muddy Water / Icy Wind, and Earthquake. It is just one of those teams that is, if you don't have a Wide Guard, you're going to take chip damage no matter what. And then Dondozo and Calyrex being really, really good offensive closers. It's just a really, really well-balanced team.
It is really fun. In any case, we will take a very quick break, and we will be back in just a moment for round number 4, getting towards the end of Swiss. Don't go anywhere.